especially the people from Catalonia, were hoping, kabashing, praying and fasting. No, in fact, they were convinced that it would be Lamine Yamal. But Desiree Doué walked away with that particular award. Now, people are saying it's probably because his team won it. Now, I want us to very objectively look at it. Starting off with you, Prosper.
Yeah.
Did Doué deserve the Young Player of the Season award in the Champions League this season?
Yes, he did.
Why?
Because of a few factors. Because of the numbers, because of the impact. Now, if you want to look at it from an impact point of view, Lamine carried the side, right? He, in terms of the attack, everything, all the numbers, because Lewandowski also had more than 10 goals in the Champions League. I had like 11, right? So the 11 goals Lewandowski had, the 13 goals that Rafinha had, a lot of the creation came from Pedri and Yamal. They were the orchestrators of the attack for Barca. But if you look at Doué as well, I mean, the guy has got like 7 or 8 goals in the Champions League campaign this season.
It's five.
It's five. Yeah. Okay, fine. But look at the final. Look at the final for me.
The final, you know, do.
But to be fair, that guy could have had like 15 goals. What's wrong?
Yeah. No, because this Inter team is not good.
Oh, come on.
I'm looking at
Ghana was Sunday Bakola.
There was a game. The game against Aston Villa, right?
Good. That game like this. What did you do?
Oh, that game where they were a goal down, and then he comes in from the left wing and he bend the ball under the ball. Why play this part in the system they have? He is not outrightly going to be starting every game because sometimes it's Bakola, sometimes it's this. But anytime he was given or afforded the opportunity, he showed up big, and especially in the final. If you have 2 goals and an assist in the final to ultimately win your team the trophy, you're going to win the award. It's an award. If you're looking at it, I said 2 factors, impact and numbers. If you're looking at it based on eye test, the ball Lamine Yamal played in the Champions League, he played past everybody this season. In terms of Yenkrabon and Nayembo against Inter, the ball he played in those two legs, he played really good football. But in terms of, look, who has gone ahead to ultimately win the trophy, who is winning away with the prize, look at the, what's it called? Relax. Look at the Euros. Femi Ruiz play ball past Rodri. Rodri won the UEFA Player of the Year, the UEFA Player of the Tournament. These awards are given based on, I mean, how far your team you go and what you also do, the recency bias.
No, but Lamine Yamal's team went very far.
Yeah. No, they went very far. They went into the semis. I mean, but I think that if he scored, let's say, the winner, if Lamine scored the winner to take his team to the final, or let's say got to the final and PSG won Barca, but Lamine is in the final, they're going to compensate him by giving him an award. But if you're out in the semis,
you see, I mean, I don't like it when these boys win a major trophy, and because you have your PL, you're at a big club, you want us to give you everything or all the laurels. Let's flip the coin.
Yeah.
Yamal goes into the final. He scores a brace. He wins it for Barcelona. And people will say, pundits and football talkers will say, let's give the award to Doué. They will insult your parents. They will insult you, they will abuse you on all social media handles, and you'll be there. So let's be fair to these boys. When they win, look at the impact. 2 goals. You see your final. I'm coming. Let me land. I know you're Barca fan. I'm coming. You have your say and you talk.
And Dam has written things.
I'm writing to the bill.
Let me add this bomb. Doué is not better than Yamal.
Yeah.
But
I think everybody knows that.
Yeah. People will even argue that in France. I know. I was watching a video. They were arguing that.
Oh, but that's not even an argument.
Yes, but we know that I-test boys, they will know that what Yamal, that boy is dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, Doué needs to work on his finishing and his decision
football
making.
Fans, let's give respect to people who win stuff. Dembele will win the Ballon d'Or. It's easy. That's done. He has to win. He deserves to win it. You can have a bad... Now, the Ballon d'Or is fun. You can have a bad season. Rafinha. If Rafinha won the Champions League, and you got to mention Mbappe's name, there'll be a fight on social media.
So, I mean, talking about this Ballon d'Or, I think we will talk about it
we'll have
as well.
So he deserves to win the young player because even if it's an elite impact, he impacted his team and he won the major thing we're all fighting for, and he scored goals.
Impact. Lamine is 18 years old. When Barca win the Champions, they should give him young player and player of the campaign.
Hold on. Now let's go to Andam. He has written things.
I don't agree with these 2 boys. I'm disappointed with Prosper. He's a Barcelona fan.
No, I'm a Barcelona fan, but
I'm disappointed. But I'm disappointed. Because this is where I come in.
Okay.
If you take away Due, by the way, Due means gifted in French, by the way, for those who don't
So he
know.
has been gifted that one.
So
His brother plays for Strasbourg, right?
Yeah.
He's a defender. Yeah.
I think he has Cameroon descent.
Yeah.
So his brother actually plays for. Is it? I think it's Ivory Coast, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, let's
Let me check. But carry on. Yeah, because his brother plays for the African team and he plays for
We're
France.
looking at goals and impact, right? That's what Prosper you were saying. That's the category you put it in. Lamine Yamal and the Due have the same goal contributions: 5 goals, 4 assists, 5 goals, 4 assists. So now we can't use numbers.
Trophy.
Okay. No. I'm coming. Let's use.
Bring your trophy. Where's your Champions League?
No, but you see, if you're going to use the trophy, you're going to use trophy.
Yeah, I understand you.
Then, because this is Lamine Yamal played against first game Monaco. Barcelona lost, but this guy literally carried the team. Prosper knows what I'm saying.
he got a red. Barca had a red card, but
Barca versus
Lamine scored
Atalanta
in that game.
He scored.
But I'm going to pause there.
Wait,
Barca
relax.
played at Atlanta on the last day of the phase.
So
up until the first day to the last day, Lamine had not
No,
scored.
relax.
He played like 7 games without scoring.
Calm down. He scored against Benfica in the round. Is it quarterfinals also? Yeah, that
The round of 16.
That Keller also.
Yeah, the round of 16 at home.
Against Dortmund, Chairman scored. Against Inter, Chairman scored again.
Okay.
If it had not been for Jan Sommer's heroics in goal, Lamine would have walked away with 2 goals.
Fratesi.
This is somebody that we are doubling up on 2 men. They are challenging, he's dribbling people that are twice his age. And you're telling me that Desire Due, who has scored 2 goals in the final, already won final. What are you telling me?
No, already won.
Yes, already
the final. You see, the thing is,
I don't think you are being fair if you say already won.
you see, no, and the thing too is that
Because Hakimi had scored. Hakimi scored.
So basically, that's a winning goal. Hakimi put them
I don't
ahead.
be fair to the boy from France. Let's look at the numbers.
No, wait.
Give me the
It's the
numbers.
same numbers: 5 goals, 4 assists.
So why are you doing this to the boy? 5 goals, 5
so it means that if Lamine deserves so much,
Wait.
do I also deserve as much? It's an
We're
award.
looking at impact. This guy scored 1 goal against Brest, Salzburg, and Villa. On paper,
That Villa game was a really important game.
Scored 2 in the
The Villa
final.
game was what? It was the game.
The last player to have scored.
Okay, so I'm coming. Let me ask you.
The last player to have scored
Andam.
twice in the final
Andam.
is Eusebio.
Good, true. What a record. You see that? Andam.
No, but you see,
And he also became one of the youngest players to score in the final.
Yes, bro. Andam, question no.
Okay.
So you have to give him
Yamal's
credit.
big goals. The impact I'm talking about also against who?
Dortmund, Atlanta, the Inter, the
Bigger
big
teams, this is big. Look at Monaco, Atalanta,
The same Inter the boys scored
Dortmund,
in the
Inter.
final. You see?
But
Andam.
there's also the same Inter.
The
He
same
scored
Inter
a
boys
brace
scored in the
against the final.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
So
the final,
he's Ivorian actually.
Okay, Ivorian.
So his brother plays for Ivory Coast and he plays for France.
Okay.
Okay.
Andam, you.
I'm telling you that the final, no, Inter will
If you
not
want to
do.
talk about who's winning the Ballon d'Or for you?
No, you hold on. Let's let Andam finish giving us his points. That he has written.
Inter played their best game
His
against
point has been
Barcelona.
counted, bro.
Inter played their best game against Barcelona.
I disagree.
The same Inter team that went to Barcelona played them in 2 legs.
If you say-
scored them 7 goals.
And that will be what I just do
And
for
you see, when you say Inter played their best game against Barcelona, I think it's fraud. This is a team that lost only once in the Champions League.
Oh, come on, see.
Once.
Harry Kane had a chance of knocking them out. He missed that ball.
Prior to them getting to the knockout phases, they had considered just one
Only 1 goal in 8 matches.
to Leverkusen.
And Barca too were free.
So if you say, you see, there's a thing about knockout games. You can play scrappy and win.
Yeah.
You can play the best of football and lose.
Yeah.
They did what was
So
important.
we're going out there to
Yeah.
find a way.
What
to-
was important was that they
Actually,
eliminated
2
Barcelona.
plus 3.
And that is bottom line.
No,
Bottom line.
You are looking at it. You are saying what goals and assists. They are level in terms of impact. I'm telling you, Lamine Yamal's impact is far greater than this. Desire
No,
boy.
there's no doubt
impact
about
in
that.
So
People watch the Champions League this season.
good, and I'm saying if you
Because of
take
Yamal.
away that boy's 2 goals, Lamine Yamal still the final. Take
But
away
his
his
2 goals
and
in
they
the
still
final
win
is the
it.
reason PSG
But why would you want to take
won.
away the 2 goals?
Why do you want to take away the 2 goals? Because it is the biggest stage.
And,
it's the biggest stage of Europe, the European Cup final, and he goes on to score a brace and assist.
I understand you. I've been doing this. I've been doing
Maybe
this
you've
for
not
a while.
followed
See.
Dewey for a lot of
This
time.
whole-
And it's not like do it-
even this season numbers cry.
And
Lamine Yamal is
do it
in the
on-
miam.
See, we all
no, we all know that
He's
Yamal is
best
a better
player.
player than Dewey. He's the best
I
player
get
than
him.
Dewey.
Champions League.
Yeah, I get what he's doing.
Champions
What
League.
I'm saying is true.
No.
Champions League.
I get what you are doing.
It's debatable.
Okay, hold on.
I've been doing stuff for my boys Enzo Fernandez.
So Due has played 53 games. He scored 13 goals and he has 13
all
assists.
competition.
That's
Yeah, all
26.
competition. Yeah.
No, you see, I want stats. How many starts?
Champions League.
How many
Let's do
games has he
Champions-
started?
Kosi,
Let's do Champions
before
League.
Dewey came into this team, the one that was occupying that position was Bradley Bakola. He comes into the team on loan,
Yeah.
Two am
and he benches him.
Yeah.
Because Bakola, no, he's not good.
Just a
No, you see,
If not for if not for the coach the guy has, we will enjoy his skill set more. I will never say he's better than Yamal, but the gap is big. It's there. But he's
I think
also,
they are-
you people, you
I think
overrate
that's- I
this
think that-
Lamar.
no,
One at a time.
You
dey overrate him.
For his age, he's good.
For his age.
He's good, and he knows when to pass, when to dribble, when to shoot.
decision
when
making
to
is
come back.
miles ahead,
Yeah, he's
bro.
different IQ. But this Dewey guy has been blessed with a good coach, and he's doing well. And
Yamal is not blessed with a good coach.
No, I'm coming. Like you see, Yamal can go to any team and play for any.
It's
coach.
not true.
No, Yamal, that boy is.
It is not true.
Yamal can play at any.
It is not true.
Trust me, bro.
It is not true.
The guy's low sense of gravity is different.
It is not true. He can go into any team and
Maybe he
fit.
play for any team apart from Barca.
It is not
But
true.
Yamal can go into every team.
It is
and
not
play
true.
ball.
It is not
You see,
true.
He's not Messi.
No, it is not
But
true.
he's the man's region.
No,
I mean, it's
it is not true. You don't call that shot. You know why?
No.
No. You know why?
Let him establish.
You know why?
To hear why.
You know why?
Okay, let me hear why.
A lot of things change when players change environment.
That's them.
No, so you cannot sit here. No. Let me stop. Allow me
I'm
to.
coming.
Allow me
That's
to.
the
It's two sides of a coin.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
It is not.
And he's
No,
just
no, no.
And you need
saying.
to adapt.
No, so hold on, hold
in
on.
the first
Let's
months.
let's moderate
And
this.
you will.
Ajo, let's
you are a Barca fan, right?
Hold on. Let's moderate this and let's get points across.
Good,
Okay.
good.
Now I'll start with you.
Yeah.
You claim that Lamine Yamal can go into any team
Yes.
and play. You tell us why.
Yes.
You disagree with him.
You tell us
why.
Yeah.
So you first.
So, bro, Lamine Yamal, like, if you watch the guy, he's always wowing all of us. Trust me.
He's overrated.
No, he's not overrated.
No, hold on. You have your say.
That's
Hold
fine.
on. Hold on.
You
He's
can't
overrated.
I know,
like,
no, V-Power is a
Let me
United
wear
fan,
my
that's why.
glasses.
No, hold on.
Let
Let's,
Yamal is overrated.
Compare Amad Diallo to Yamal.
Amad Diallo is a better player than Lamine. You can disagree.
Amad Diallo is a better player than
You can
Yamal.
disagree.
I never
This
hold on. Wait.
Okay, so
Hold on. I want us to.
let me-
No, I'm coming.
I knew there was a United bias in there.
Everybody's mic is off. Hold on.
It's not about United bias.
I want us to put that on record.
It's not about United bias.
Vipa. Vipa, I want you to put it on record.
Okay.
Are you saying that Amad Diallo is a better player than Lamine Yamal?
I say it with 100% conviction.
That Amad Diallo is a better player than Lamine
100%
Yamal?
conviction.
Why are you saying this?
100% conviction. Because go and look at Amad's impact in this falling United team. Emphasis is on falling. No, you can find it funny. Emphasis on falling. In terms of numbers, even when this season he's been out injured for a very long time, he's been instrumental in that United team.
We are talking about Lamine Yamal, who is like a Spanish international who has gone out to win the Euros and was very impactful in winning the Euros. So
what? There was a time. So what? Januzaj was doing the same thing Diallo was doing.
Hold on. Wait, Vipa, hold on.
You have a Lamine Yamal that can go on a goal draft for months.
Oh, come on.
What are you Vipa, hold on. Okay, now Kinajo.
Vipa.
He is overrated.
Hold on.
What are you telling me?
We're talking about Yamal and Dewey.
Yeah.
And I threw a bomb that Yamal is like, let's say, Messi's region. And
He's not close to Messi.
No, Vipa, let's listen to
Messi.
Vipa, let's listen
Not
to
close to Messi.
No, Vipa, hold on.
Region doesn't mean he's
Let's
close.
take the submissions one at a time. Yes.
Region probably means he's like the guy that can
Replace him,
all
To me, you cannot even lace
But
Messi's
region
boots.
cannot be doubted or when the
And I'm saying,
By the way, the word he uses
Like I said,
it's a FIFA term, region.
Yeah. And
Is
just,
it-
yeah, because the region is like somebody who can do or somebody you see that can come and replicate what a gentleman has done.
Vipa, your mic is off. So let's finish and then we come to you. Vipa, let's take submissions one after the other.
We were talking about Dewey and this. I said Yamal is Messi's region, and that Yamal can start in every team where he finds himself because the eye test is there. The guy's IQ about football is different. He understands the game at his own pace. He knows when to dribble, when to pass, when to shoot, when to come and help his partner at right back. Which coach won't like this from the boy? Even the average coaches have to do a bare minimum to help Yamal go.
But let me ask you a question before you carry on. You spoke about decision making, right? Now in that Inter Milan game, people would also say that his decision making cost Barcelona that exit.
Do you know he's an underrated passer of the ball?
No, hold on, I'm coming. So they claim that when he had that ball that he was supposed to pass, he decided to shoot. When he could have maybe taken it to the corner line and wasted time, he didn't do that. I mean, good player, but then again, 17 years old.
He's coming from a team and academy where their legend is Johan Cruyff, and Johan Cruyff will tell you that I like 6-0, it's 6-5, 8-7.
Besides, had it gone, it would have been a different conversation.
1-0. So what he has been groomed with from the La Masia, the best academy in world football, is different. So he will try and score that ball. So we're having a conversation about, oh, he can play in the EPL, he can play here and here, he can play here and here. And our brother V has viewed us with a surprise and taking us to England to bring him up for Man U.
Amad Diallo.
A player we love. A player we love. And he has destroyed the whole conversation.
What do you mean I've destroyed the whole conversation?
Because the gap is too big.
Because our opinions don't align. No.
I respect you.
No. Take that word back. Hold on.
Everybody's mic is off. Everybody's mic is off. No, Vipa, everybody's mic is off. No, hold on. Hold on. Oh, relax.
The comparison. Okay, what Diallo? Diallo at United is okay.
I've given you. You see. I respect him. When I say things, I say things to back them.
No, but somebody's doing.
What have you said to counter what I've said about Diallo?
He's giving a few.
Oh, you have not said anything to counter. No. You see.
Listen, okay, mics are off. Relax. Calm down.
He has won the La Liga.
Barcelona played in the Europa League.
But what does that have to do with Yamal?
No, Ahmad is playing in the Europa League.
Okay.
Barcelona has played in the Europa League before.
No problem.
Tell me if it's wrong. I told you. No. I said
a name.
I said
what we're discussing.
I said the fact that my opinions do not align with yours doesn't mean you. No. Let me talk. Let me learn. Doesn't mean you tell me I am destroying the conversation.
No.
Maybe Maybe you want me to think alike. But we are two different people. I'm telling you that. If you look at the impact, let me learn. If you look at the impact, you see, it is funny because Yamal plays for the Spanish national team. He's won. He's achieved. He plays for Barcelona.
But what was his impact in the Spanish national team as a 17-year-old?
He had a very good tournament.
And he won.
He had a very good tournament.
Take the team.
Okay, now
let me land. He had a very good tournament.
When he finished,
in a flowing team, a team that was good all round. He made his mark. He gets the credit.
I get where people is coming from.
He goes to Barcelona in a setup where probably, if you take it back to the Messi era, Lamar will be on the bench. And I'm saying it with the emphasis that in the Messi era, he's a bench warmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the times have changed. The times have changed. So he comes into this team, he does well. Look at his numbers. Is it better than Rafinha's? Is it better than... No. Answer me. Is it better than Rafinha? Oh, no. Let me learn.
No.
Charlie, we do argument.
It's not.
So you have
processing.
So
don't come in.
Vipa, you have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Fiaka.
2 minutes, and then I'll give you 5 minutes as well.
Fiaka, look at his numbers. Is it better than Rafinha?
No.
Is it better than Lewandowski?
No.
Better than Ferran Torres?
No.
Who is a bench warmer?
No.
Thank you. Go back to Man United. No player, in terms of productivity, comes close to an injured Amad Diallo, who had been out for a very long time. Hence, for me, Amad Diallo has impact. And it's more important a player to United than Lamine Yamal. We've seen his kind before. Let's see if he has that consistency. And that is bottom line. That is my line of argument. So if you tell me I've destroyed it, I hope this time I've made a lot of sense.
No, I think that the
Maybe there's a
no. He meant it in this sense.
No.
The whole sense.
No. We are communicating.
Vipa
We are communicating.
Vipa is football banter.
Yes.
No,
It's
no,
not.
no,
Hold
no,
on. In
no,
as much as we do football banter, there should be some decorum.
No, I don't think there was any malice meant.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He stood by it. He didn't retract it. He stood by it. So that is what I'm also telling you on the show.
Okay.
That's not
My opinions don't have to align with you.
I think he meant who they were saying come on.
What's saying come on?
Okay, Vipa. So Vipa, now you're done with your submission. So now no interruptions. The King Ajo.
Yeah, but let me, if he feels like I mean I didn't use a very good word, am I bad? I mean, it's an argument, so let's not no bad energy. But you see, let's focus on Yamal. I think when you mention this word offering, virgin, people don't even know what it means, so they will come and even argue. Like it's not even here on social scale. When you mention that word, he's the closest thing we've maybe seen to what Messi was doing when he was Messi, but he can never, ever. Nobody can be Messi.
But you never know. He's 17 years.
Exactly.
When Messi was 17 years,
He had not done what Yamal
hadn't done what Yamal had done.
Exactly. So you got exactly.
Yeah.
But you see,
The situations were
once you've not done it, those guys are not part of football.
Because when Messi was 17, he didn't win a major trophy with his national team. He wasn't a key player for Barcelona. I mean, you can look at all of these. Yeah.
So you see, when it comes to Yamal, my argument was that Yamal will go into all the big boys in Europe, and he will.
You mean the big clubs?
The big clubs, big boys, big clubs. He will start. Why? Because he doesn't need too much from a coach to cook. What he will need is that now he's young, so he will need like nurturing to grow. Now, I even sometimes say that we have to manage Yamal's games because he's young.
Yeah.
The bones he has that he claims is 17. This boy is not 17 years, bro. If you come on pro, I'm always say that this guy is not 17, bro. Forget that. He's like 26, bro. Because the mind you take play the ball is not his age, and we've all seen it. I didn't know he had that dangerous sense of gravity, onto the Inter Milan game, where he was easily maneuvering his way past giants. I was like, no, bro. I'm seeing Messi here for the first time watching the guy. So if my brother will mention Diallo, trust me, I love Diallo. I'm a guy that protects African players. I love what Diallo is doing for United. Before he even got injured, I think last season he had a very good season. But even in England, when we mention the wingers, we don't really add him because the team that he's playing for does not help him evolve, does not help him grow.
It's because even this season he's not playing as a winger.
Good. So I was surprised his name popped up because even this season, if you compare the numbers of Yamal and with the duo that we're talking about, it's not even close to he's not close to what they have done. Because this guy has won sometimes his national team.
Yeah.
He has won the trophy national team. He has been to the semi-finals of
The Champions League.
He's been targeted for Ballon d'Or.
He's won La Liga. He's won
La Liga.
Twice at 7.
He dominates against the big man, Madrid, in El Clasico. He makes you enjoy the game. We all wow when we watch him. And you see, he has mentioned a name, and I respect him so much. I look at one boy coming from Brazil called Estevao, and I compare, and I cannot compare Estevao to Yamal because Estevao is coming from a different
environment.
Now coming to settle in England and play for a club called Chelsea.
Yeah.
But
you feel Yamal will go anywhere and be an instant boom?
If Yamal go anywhere, Yamal can go.
It goes back to counter what you are saying.
It's very probable.
Because
No,
let me
but
You
touch
feel
on
Yamal will go anywhere and just be
touch on this.
explode.
Let me objectively touch on this.
Every player goes into a different country. If Yamal comes to England and language barrier catches him, can we fault him? No, yeah.
So you admit that what you said in the beginning was flawed.
What you're also getting wrong is that he's not going to play for them just for 2 months. You get me? He's going to play there for maybe some years.
You see, it's funny because the Dembele whose conversation is up now. So point into different leagues. Hold on. He had a bad campaign. But in France, he's the player we are talking about.
Vipa, hold on. Let's adjourn and then we come to Prosper.
To change the word that he didn't like, I was surprised he brought in that name. And that has given me the remnants to bring in a player like Estevao, who is the same profile like Yamal, but they are not close. So, on this platform, Estevao is in England right now. Estevao versus Diallo. here we go. It's on. I'm done.
So, so next season we'll keep a very keen eye on that.
Okay.
But I think, but Vipa, to be fair, even if you look at the top 5 wingers in the English Premier League this season, Diallo doesn't make the list.
Well, he doesn't play as a winger.
So what does he play?
Plays as a wing back in Amorim's system.
But I mean, normally at the right wing back he plays like.
And I'm
maybe
saying
Diallo.
he plays as a wing back in Amorim's system. He doesn't play outright as a winger.
But when the formations come out, I mean, for example, even in the Europa League final and the last few games he has
tweaked.
played. Yeah, but
Amorim tweaked.
Yeah,
I've followed every game United has played. And outright, Amorim, Diallo has the responsibility of dropping to start the attack from that wing. And in that function, he puts him in that position as a wing back and not directly a winger.
Okay, based on the system Amorim uses.
Exactly.
Okay, fine. Let me
so let's go, Prosper.
Okay, so I think the conversation was Dewey Yamal, and it's gone to Dewey Diallo. It's a very funny situation to me. But I don't think there's a question of, when you watch Amad Diallo, there's a question of what he can potentially become. Or when you watch him, the question of his quality. But I think that Lamine has, over the last, has shown us something that we had not seen from a winger or a teenage superstar over the last 5-10 years.
5-10 years, in a long time.
In a very long time. Look, players, coaches, they have high remarks on me. After that game against Inter, you saw what the Inter players were doing. You saw what Simeone was doing. He said, I don't see a player like that. I don't even see a player like that 30, 50 years. Look, at 16, or it's not even about when he was 16, at 15 years old, 1-5, when he had made his debut for Barcelona, Dembele was on the field, Busquets was on the field. When he came on, what we saw, that little cameo we saw.
There was a dink over the top.
For you to make Javi Hernandez fix you in a La Liga fixture at 15 years old, it means you must be that good. Yamal is that good. For neutrals, when you watch football and you watch him play football, you're thinking, how on that? When Spain played the Euros before the final, and I think their president or whatever, the first leader of the government walked into the dressing room, and he walked into and he greeted all the players. He greeted Yamal. He skipped past him, looked back at him, and said, "How old are you again?" And he said 16. Then everybody started laughing. Boy, it's unbelievable. He's 16 years old. Now, when it comes to the decision making, Omia Diallo, and yes, Omiano, Diallo is a good player. He can contribute to goals and assists. He's productive, no doubt about that. But before the ball comes, Lamine Yamal has already thought. His mind is the decision making. You see, there's some players there that will need some things to improve and to grow. But at his level, like Ajo was saying, you don't need to work on him too much for him to influence or decide a game. Yes, Diallo has that a little bit in him, but it's not as much or on the level of Lamine Yamal. Now, he made an important point to where he said that in the Barcelona side, Lewandowski's got more goals than Yamal. Rafinha's got more goals than Yamal. Ferran's got more goals than Yamal. So basically, if you're looking at goal contributions, in terms of only goals, everybody has probably more than him. But if you're looking at goals and assists combined, it's Lewandowski and Rafinha that's beating him in this. So in terms of top 3 in this Barca side, Lamine is one of them. Now this will be my question. We cannot say for sure the surroundings on the environment or the scenario for Diallo, if he was at Barcelona at 15 years old or started from La Masia. But can we say for sure that he would break into the team at 15 years old? That is one. And if he was in this Barca side right now, would he have more goal contributions than Lewandowski, than Rafinha, than Ferran Torres? That's another question we can ask ourselves.
No, but with the role he's playing in, if Lamar were to play in that role as a wing back, would he also make those numbers?
No, but Kosi,
I think he will impact the game more than Diallo does.
Kosi,
that's not true.
Kosi, just to be devil's advocate, I think one of the
Why is that not true? I think that
Yamal cannot function as a wing back and do better than Diallo in that position.
Diallo contributes defensively, but if you watch Barcelona play, like he was also speaking about what he does for Koundé, Yamal also does his job defensively. Do you know?
You see,
and if he walks into this Man United team right now, elevates them.
The role of
if Lamine Yamal walks into this Man United team right now, will you deny it?
The role of
not elevate
the
the
role
team
of
by Yamal.
No, but Prosper.
No,
relax,
remember,
relax.
The role of coming to assist defensively and playing as a wing back, they are two different things.
You also don't know because Yamal has never played there.
Exactly, and he cannot even play like that.
What do you mean that he cannot play. How will you know whether he can
cannot play like that?
You are just saying he cannot
Clearly,
play. Based on what? Based on what
clearly,
can he not play like that?
Yamal is cut in the frame of attacking.
How do you know that?
Don't you watch football?
How do you know that? You say he cannot play like that. Why can't he play like that? You can't give me a reason why he can't play like that.
Don't you watch
Give me
football?
a reason why Yamal can play as a wing back.
One, the Barca team do not need him to play in that position.
Look at the excuses you are giving me.
It is not an excuse. You said I should give you a reason.
You're not
I'm
giving me
telling you
an
that.
factual
I'm
reason
telling you
here.
that.
Why do you think
the
Lamar
setup-
cannot work in this Amorim system?
He can never play as a wing back.
That is what you think.
He can never
So
play
it's
as a wing
equally
back.
also flawed.
Has he ever played as a wing back?
Because that is what you also think.
No, has he ever played as a wing
So
back?
he didn't also know.
Ahmad has
this and
hold on. Ahmad has
He
played
didn't
as a
know this.
winger and a wing back.
What I'm doing now is I'm trying to pull up. So you can go to Who Scored and Opta, and to find out the number of times he's played as a wing back, and where he's played most, and where he's rated highest. So you carry on. I'll pull that up soon.
Yeah. So how do you know? Because you've never seen
I'm
Yamal
saying
play
that-
there. We only knew that Diallo could play as a wing back really well this season, and even the wing back is not outright like Dumfries. So we have wing back, more wing back. Someone like Dumfries, someone like DiMarco. That is not Amar's role in the team. That's not what he does. He's not contributing defensively, picking up left wingers and holding them onto the touchline, defending outrightly like DiMarco is going to do, or
Maybe
Dumfries is going
you've
to
not
do.
watched him well.
I've watched my United games.
Maybe you've not
his
watched him.
role in that back 3, back 5 system, even if on the team sheet he's playing as right wing back, doesn't mean that he's doing the job Dumfries does. You understand?
No,
so you can also say for sure.
Prosper.
The out and out is that, look, when Lamine Yamal stands on the field to play football, what he gives the world is not the same thing Amad Diallo gives the world.
I agree with you, but I just think that they are both of these two players are in two different environments. One is in an environment that is clearly working, and the other one is in a situation where it's chaotic to the point where he's been by far and away one of their best players this season. And that's the point I gave.
That is also flawed.
That's what I'm saying.
That is also flawed. You know why that is flawed?
How is it flawed?
Because until Yamal walked into the team, only last season where Barca in the
so hold on.
They were in the Europa League a season before.
Hold on.
They were also in a similar situation.
No, but
They are rebuilding.
I just think United are in a far worse situation.
That is true.
Exactly.
So, and I think that in a way that is why, because
So hold on. So the 4 times that Amad Diallo has played as a wing back,
4 times.
yes, he was rated
In his
average-
entire career, 4 times.
Yeah, the 4 times this season that he's played at wing back.
That's not in his entire career.
No.
This season.
I'm coming.
This season. So this season he's played 4 times. So you're making an impact that he's a wing back.
No, hold on.
4 times.
Hold
Out of
on.
how many games?
Let me go through the ratings.
players in England
No,
who
listen.
are
The
like
4
that.
times that he's played at wing back, he's been rated an average of 6.5. The 4 times. When he's played in his natural position, which is either attacking midfielder right or inside forward right, he's been rated an average of 7.0.
Yeah.
And he's played in his favorite position 19 times. So I don't think the argument is right.
Let me
hold on. I don't think the argument is right that he's always deployed as a winger.
I didn't say he's always deployed. I said he plays mostly in the Amorim system.
Yeah, but per the statistics, Mazraoui would normally play as a wing back on his side, and Dogu on the other side.
And he
per
would
the
invert.
system.
He would invert
Yeah,
from the right.
so maybe
How many times has he
Hold on. Maybe he's been given extra responsibility. Maybe when the system is fluid.
Yeah.
But then, if you do look, like I said, you can also pull up the statistics.
How many times has he been fit this season?
No, hold on.
No, I'm just asking. I want you to check for me.
No, I'm coming. We are looking at average positions and his ratings when he's played these positions, right? Maybe he's got a skill set to falling at wing back. Maybe Amorim has realized that he's going to be wasting him if he plays him at wing back. So he's played him there a few times.
Yeah.
Realized that it's not working.
Yeah.
And then he's giving him a more advanced role.
Yeah.
And we've seen his impact playing in that more advanced role. I believe that he's Manchester United's best player. Simply because, one, he's got the balance, he's got the decision making, he's got the eye for goal, he takes your man on, and sometimes he's the brightest spark.
He's
in
not
that
our
man.
best player. He's our second best because
No.
Bruno stands out.
I mean, Bruno. With the numbers and the fact that he's been there, yes. But then, man for man, if you wanted somebody,
if Ahmad was fit throughout the season,
ideally.
he'd be.
But don't worry, let's not look entirely at this simply because we'll be skewing the argument, right? Now, when you're looking at players and we are trying to figure out who is better than who, let's be generalized with the metrics. If we are generalized with the metrics, then it means we are measuring them fairly, right?
Okay.
So, for example, we look at statistics. We'll look at impact on their national teams, impact on their teams in general. We'll look at what's this? Ajo will say eye test. We'll look at setting ratings over a certain period of time. We'll look at setting skill sets for certain positions.
all of those
I mean, all of these things will be important, just so we all are on the same page in making these measurements, because the metrics will be uniform, right? If not, we'll be making a lot of arguments because we like somebody and then
It's not about life.
No, I'm coming.
It's never been about life.
No, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want us to, going forward, measure two people with the same metrics. If we do that, it gives a fairer outcome, because I mean, it is football. I mean, however you look at it, the statistics are like bikinis, but then at the same time, the places that the bikinis cover are very important.
Very interesting line.
very important. So, I mean, I think we should look at it in that vein. But in between time, I'm sure the callers do have a thing or two to say about some of the things that we've spoken about. And Ajo is also waiting for Estival William to come. Next season, we'll see. Charlie, I'm not even opening the lines. The boys are calling. So if we have 30 minutes for the show to conclude, but then I'll take a few calls. Let's be as brief as possible so we can get everybody